Hello, it's me, Gage, and I'm going to react, well, this is my second part to Ghost Rider vs. Spawn, Who'd Win and Why from the Raptor. Now, I do have to apologize because I was trying to make part 2, but something went wrong with the recording, but I managed to notice before the video got too far into it, so I'm just picking up here, which is about a few minutes after where I stopped on the other part. And I have been hearing a lot about what Spawn says, so I still think Spawn's gonna win.
So yeah, that's something else that Spawn has. When it comes to Spawn's weaknesses, Spawn doesn't really have that many weaknesses. Again, like looking at him, he doesn't have that many weaknesses. When you just look at him, he doesn't seem to have that many weaknesses. I guess the main thing is that because he was trained in the special forces for so long, Spawn is most comfortable using guns, which are his most primitive weapons.
Yeah,
I mean, like where you can create like anything, and you have like control over like the elements. And I believe he also has some sort of like, I think it's like necroplasmic energy blast or something like that, or like energy attacks, stuff like that.
Yep.
You know, and that's like very powerful too, and like stuff like that, abilities like that. You know, when you're using guns, you might not want to use guns over that kind of stuff, but he is most comfortable using guns. However, you know, he has been shown to use a ton of his other abilities, so it is clear that if he feels he needs to use them, he definitely can, because this is a very versatile Hell Spawn that, you know, is just, he's very powerful, he's very smart as well, and, you know, again, just like Ghost Rider, you do not want to get on this guy's bad side, because he will look you right in the eye and kill you. So now, trying to figure out who would win between the two. Now, I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible, because there's not actually that much to go over. But anyway, so yeah, the main problem with this fight, and this is actually the reason why I kind of like the fight, but the main problem with this fight is that these two characters are practically immortal.
Ugh, hate when that happens, sorry.
You know, Ghost Rider can only be killed by a holy weapon. Do I think that Spawn has a holy weapon somewhere to kill Ghost Rider? No, I don't think so. And creating one doesn't really make sense because it has to be forged in heaven. And also just saying that like Letha, the seventh house of K, I don't think that really counts as the holy weapon forged in heaven because it's really like a living thing and it's from hell, I'm assuming. So yeah, I don't really think Spawn has anything that would be able to you know, he doesn't have like any holy weapons that would be able to kill Ghost Rider. On the flip side, do I think that Ghost Rider has some sort of holy weapon hidden with him in order to kill Spawn? No, I don't. So that makes this fight really hard to judge, you know, because these two characters, from my understanding, I don't really think they have they don't have any physical means to kill the other. And you know, yeah, that's really hard. It's really hard to judge the fight off of that. However, each of them do have a secret weapon, and that is their own stairs. You know, Ghost Rider's pen stare and Spawn's stare. I don't really think it has any real name or anything like that. But yeah, essentially because they both attack the souls, I see that as a way for them to kill the other. And someone could debunk me on something, like they might say, oh well, actually this would not work, like this you know, soul destroying thing would not work on this character, but this soul destroying thing would work on this character. I don't know any of that right now. I don't know like the specifics of it, and you can like try to say that kind of stuff in the comments if there's something that I missed. But just to keep things fair, and because I think it would work, I'm just going to assume that each of their stairs would work in killing the other. So each of them have their own secret weapon. They each have a stair that would be able to kill the other. And really, that's the only way I feel, or at least one of the really small amount of ways that they would be able to kill the other. And generally, when I have something like this, I like to remove those from the equation and look at everything else that they have. Like with the Joker versus Joker fight, you know, the Heath Ledger versus Jack Nicholson Joker, they both have guns, so each of them could have ended the fight like immediately. So I like to remove those from the equation and look at their other stuff to try to determine a winner. However, this time I can't do that because the stairs are the only way that they can kill the other. So basically what I have to do now is I have to look at which character do I think would use the stair on the other first, or which one do I think would be able to use the stair on the other first. And after looking at everything that these two characters have, in my honest opinion, I think that I would have to give the win to Spawn on this one.
There we go, Spawn.
The first one is just because Spawn has greater speed.
Now that stair with Ghost Rider would prove to be some difficult challenge for Spawn to overcome.
The speed of these two characters, and obviously Ghost Rider does have his motorcycle, which is pretty fast. But we all know that Spawn can fly, which gives him at the very least more mobility, as he can just like fly wherever he wants, and I'm pretty sure he can do it pretty fast. Not sure how it really compares to the motorcycle, but again, Ghost Rider might not be using the motorcycle all too much when it comes to the actual physical fighting. Plus, Spawn can teleport, which can immediately get him out of there like instantly. Now, while Ghost Rider's looking at him trying to use the Penstair, he might not be able to teleport after Ghost Rider's already started. And like some people might be thinking, well, how is Spawn going to anticipate this thing if he doesn't even know anything about Ghost Rider? Well, that's where my second point comes in, which is the fact that Spawn can read minds. The fact that Spawn can read minds means that he can anticipate
that mind reading is definitely going to give Spawn that advantage.
And by the time that Ghost Rider is like thinking, well, I better use the Penstair, nothing's working, because let's face it, it will eventually come to that. Spawn will be aware of what's going on, and he will, get out of there if he feels threatened, or if he feels that Ghost Rider has a good opening. He'll just get out of there, and then Spawn can just use his own Penstair.
You know when to get out of there, and you know when to stop.
Things that each of these characters have the other advantages, and I do have to admit, Spawn has a lot more advantages than Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider, I believe, does have the strength advantage, the physical strength advantage, but when it comes to nearly everything else, I have to give those advantages to Spawn. Spawn is definitely way more versatile. He's smarter. He's a better fighter and a better marksman, because he knows a lot of different martial arts. He's probably more experienced, considering that, he's dethroned both Satan and God in the past, and obviously he would have a lot of evil energy to feed on you, because, it's Ghost Rider. He's made so many people suffer, like the spirit of vengeance. So, there's that as well, that Spawn can do. But, and another thing is just, like, Spawn does have abilities like, he does have, like, reality warping abilities, and time. Oh, another thing, to factor in with the speed thing, he has time manipulation, at least some form of time manipulation, which, again, would aid in his speed advantage.
I knew Spawn was going to win, just because he's Spawn.
I guess someone could make a case for saying, he could change reality, that, Ghost Rider doesn't have this whole untouchable, thing, physically untouchable
Ghost Rider still
aspect
struggles
anymore,
with the devil at times, so if Ghost Rider can't even beat the devil, but Spawn can beat him and God, it's not even really close, in my
unfortunately,
opinion.
though, I don't know all that much about his soul manipulation and his reality warping, so I don't just want to go ahead and assume that he'd be able to do that when I really don't know, but at least now I have more evidence than just that for me explaining why I think Spawn would win. But yeah, just overall, again, this conclusion doesn't really need to be that long. Overall, I know of, like, one way that Ghost Rider can kill Spawn, and I know of at least one way that Spawn can kill Ghost Rider, because, again, I'm not sure about that whole reality warping thing. I'm not sure if it would actually work, but, I'm just going out on a limb and assuming that these two things would work, their stairs. And looking at everything, just because Spawn has greater speed, because he has time manipulation, and his, being able to fly and, everything like that, and teleportation, and because he can read minds, he's basically going to anticipate everything that Ghost Rider tries to do. If Ghost Rider ever thinks, I'm going to use the penance stare on him, Spawn would be able to anticipate it, he'd be able to get out of there quickly, because, let's face it, he has instantaneous transportation, and that is very useful, and especially, since he can read his mind, he can anticipate anything that he does. And like I said, he does have the versatility advantage and a lot more of those kinds of advantages, but in the end, I don't really think that applies that much. It really just comes down to who would use the penance stare first, in my opinion, and after factoring in everything, I honestly believe that Spawn would be the first one to use it. So, in my opinion, the winner is Spawn. But tell me what you guys think. Do you think Ghost Rider would win? Do you think Spawn would win? Do you have another way you think one character could beat the other? Did I miss anything? Did I get anything wrong? Please tell me that in the comments below. Now, before I move on with the rest of the outro, I am going to talk about everything else that I was talking about at the beginning of the video, this thing that I was going to say at the end. So, some of you may be wondering where the heck is the Q&A. If you've watched this channel, that I'm going to be doing a Q&A for 300 subscribers. I made that video telling you guys about that about a month and a half ago, maybe a bit under that, but the point is...
Okay, this is more or less about it, and I'm I'll watch the rest of the video, but I'll pause it, and if it's nothing else, you know, nah, just...
Generally, I like to get the Q&A out within a month, and I haven't been able to do that. So, you know, the main reason is just because of school, and by the time this video gets uploaded, I will have two more weeks of school, which I'll be doing exams. That's when I'm doing my exams, and I'm just going to be honest with you guys, trying to memorize all this information and trying to, like, put it in front of a camera, and then, like, also trying to memorize, like...
That's why I write down notes. For my blood battles, I put it on slides that I pretty much read. I normally just add the stuff to the slides as soon as I find it out, and can confirm it, that way I can't forget it when the actual video opens up. But the Raptor does it all off of memory, which is incredible how much he's able to remember. So, props to you, Raptor.
Everything else I'm doing for my exams, that's just not going to work. And, you know, that's, again, like school, big projects. It's a reason why I haven't been able to do the Q&A. So here's what I'm thinking. For the next 2 weeks, I'm not going to be posting any videos. If I do post any videos, it will probably just be like a quick reaction video, maybe a reaction to Death Battle. If a Death Battle comes out at that point, I'm not sure if it does.
Oh, right,
actually, I think it does. But yeah, so I might do a reaction to that Death Battle, Android 18 versus Captain Marvel. But the point is, like, I won't be doing anything like this or the Q&A in those 2 weeks. After those 2 weeks are up, however, after I'm finished my last exam, I'm going to get right to work on the Q&A, and hopefully I'll be able to edit it quick enough. So essentially what I'm saying is that the Q&A hopefully will be out in about 2 weeks' time. And then after that, summer will have officially started, and then I'm going to go back to Who'd Win and Why. I'm going to hopefully do it at quicker rate. Maybe I will or maybe I won't, because I'm still doing a lot over the summer. I'm going to be like learning how to drive, and I'm going to be volunteering. And
alright, so the rest is pretty much just other information for his channel. Make sure you go check out the Raptor's channel. The link to this video is in the description, so if you want to go to his channel, just click that link and you'll be at his channel. Make sure to subscribe to him, he's a great guy. And I really enjoyed the video, Raptor. I definitely agree that Spawn would win. Anyway, I hope you liked the reaction, and I turned up the volume at the end just because... so it would be easier for me to hear, because this device I used to make videos on, it captures audio way too easily because it's a smaller device, which means the audio normally has to be very low for me to actually get a reaction out and not mess it up. So anyway, good video, Raptor, and well, I know you've gotten better. But great video. See you next time.